another thing I wanted to get into is on New Mexico. The Roundhouse passed legislation that we had an old statute in New Mexico, New Mexico Constitution, which basically it was passed in the 1960s, which basically illegalized all forms of abortion, and it's been unenforceable because of Roe v. Wade, and because many people fear that because in the previous administration, Amy Coney Barrett was confirmed to the Supreme Court, and she is known for her pro-life views. Many people are afraid that once Roe v. Wade is going away, that there won't be what they say in quote for women's health, women's reproductive rights, etc. And this legislation that the governor signed and the Roundhouse passed would basically just only go into effect when Roe v. Wade is eliminated. So many people felt like that was very controversial. There are many people who are of faith in New Mexico, and many people felt that that was just a total slap in the face to New Mexicans of faith. And I wanted your opinion. What is your opinion on that and New Mexico as a whole?
Well, that's obviously the big, tough question, whether it comes to personal liberty and the mother's right to choose, or whether the damage and, it's really a horrible situation to put a woman into an abortion. And it needs to say it doesn't work out well for any of the interested parties. I think there just has to be a better alternative so we diminish the demand. I think I've heard that the average age of an abortion patient, so to speak, it's like 26 or 28. It's older than you might think. It's not all 14-year-old girls who've been raped or something. In those situations, hey, it's a medical decision. It lies with the doctor and the patient. But I really feel that whomever in the general public, not the general public, but within specific religious groups, for instance, Catholic-oriented people, there's no reason they should be forced to pay for that. So somehow I think that's a big issue, just that it comes out of the general taxpayer fund. So I think we could start chipping away at the available problems. One, to find ways to reduce demand. There's maybe better adoption services. But there's theoretically, it's very possible there's just a horrifically evil fundamental organization behind pushing the abortion thing. A partial birth abortion results in baby body parts, which are then sold. And I don't think you can get around that is happening. Where, how much, and so forth. But I believe Project Veritas has revealed some shockingly just the greed of the people involved was astounding. There's a woman referred to as the Lamborghini lady because she makes a joke that if she performs several more of these procedures over some course of time, she will earn herself a Lamborghini. Now, that's hopefully an extreme aberration of what's going on and extremely rare. But there is corruption where there's money, and the value of a fetus more or less intact now is extremely valuable. For so-called medical science or whatever they do. I don't want to think about that, neither does anyone else, but I say again, answer is in the room. If not in the room, the answer is in the state. There are medical professionals officials and religious authorities, perhaps you might term them, or ethical commentators. I think we can do better and find a bit of a solution that is acceptable. But again, all of these things, we're in a state of affairs where we're wondering, what do we do about this? What do we do about that? Well, these problems have been around for a long time, and maybe it's the winds of political change that push it one way or another, but I think overall we should have some much better solutions by now.
Absolutely, absolutely. We do need better solutions in many things, going on with us politically.
Many solutions.
Yes. And